Hi, welcome to Strength Reversed. It's Amy. Thank you so much for being here today. I was about to record a VR, and one of the questions in the tag was, do you read reversals? And that sent me down a rabbit hole, and so I decided to make this video because that one got me thinking. And I'll do that one, I'll save that one for next week maybe. I know that reversals can sometimes be a struggle and can feel overwhelming, and we feel like we have to learn another 78 meanings of the cards. And some people scrap them all together, which is totally fine, and some people might memorize some more meanings, but I wanted to share with you a way that I have begun thinking of reversals that has really helped me out and taken some of the pressure off. So every card has an entire spectrum of meaning. I think of that spectrum as a circle, kind of like in the Wheel of Fortune from the Robin Hood deck. We have this whole spectrum of good, bad, easier to more difficult, and back again, and it's just this giant wheel of possibility, and this is contained within each card. Even cards that have positive meanings, usually have positive meanings, can have more negative or more difficult meanings. For example, the Nine of Pentacles, which usually can mean you've manifested something, you're enjoying what you've earned, but as in the Robin Hood version, I can't take my eyes off of this gate, and it's almost a gilded cage kind of a feeling where you might feel trapped by what you've created or a little bit stuck in your pattern. Jeanne Fiorini has a whole, I don't want to say a whole series. She has some videos that are the negative meanings of positive cards and the positive meanings of traditionally negative cards, which I'll try to remember to link below. And I think that's always a very meaningful way to study the cards. If you're looking for some other way to study the cards, to take a card that might seem very positive or very negative and explore how it can be the opposite. Another one, here's the Robin Hood 10 of Cups, which is this happy family. They feel fulfilled. It's very loving. And then we have the traditional RWS version of the 10 of Cups, which oftentimes makes me think Instagram happy. So this happiness maybe is just an illusion or just on the surface. It's all for appearances. We have the traditional Nine of Cups, which can be a wish card. It can be having what you want and enjoying yourself, but it can also be, as in the Robin Hood version, gluttony, or maybe some sort of ism like alcoholism, where it's not saying no when maybe we should say no. You know, is this card about healthy boundaries and limits and frugal savings, or is it the miser card? It can be both, just depending on a lot of other factors. So if we get rid of reversals and we don't read reversals, those shades of meaning do not go away. They're still there. So not reading reversals doesn't mean that we're getting rid of possible meanings. Those possible meanings are always there. We use our experience, intuition, the surrounding cards, and the question to set us on the right path to finding which of the various meanings this card might hold for that particular reading. The flavor of the card, which is what I call it. So we work hard to study the meanings of the cards for years maybe, and to build a meaningful personal connection with each of these cards, and then to face reversals. Sometimes it feels like we're going to have to learn 78 more meanings, and that's not the case. Now, reversals can have lots of different flavors themselves. Maybe a no. Is it a not yet? Is it a stuck energy? Do we have to go back to the previous card to see where we're stuck? Or is it just something that is getting your attention? Those are all possibilities, and how we know which possibility it is for that reading is just based on our experience and our intuition. So before you feel overwhelmed or give up on reversals or just say forget it, I have a few, I guess they would be tips, but maybe it's just ways of looking at reversals. First of all, before you give up on reversals, if a reversed card comes up in your reading, wait for the reversal to call you. Sometimes it needn't be a reversal, because if a card has all the possibility of meaning in the upright version, then when it's reversed, there's still all the possibility of meaning. So if the card is reversed, just wait. Sometimes if a card comes up reversed, you might get this little annoyed feeling. Your eyes might roll and you might think to the card, you're doing too much, which is what the kids say. You're extra. And in that case, it's fine to just flip the card right side up. You're probably going to get the same answer anyway. Like if the card just happened to be reversed because that's the way you shuffled the deck, then maybe it doesn't need to be reversed. And sometimes I get that feeling like, oh, you know, look what you're doing. We're not doing that today. And then we move on. Another way that I approach reversals is if I spread out a bunch of cards, I do a spread, and there are lots of reversals, it's kind of, I treat it like a heads up. It's almost like a general message before the actual reading. So when there are lots of reversals, to me, that feels like a stuck energy. Something stuck. And it's kind of a clue. It's like when someone walks into the room and you and your friend just kind of make eye contact. No words need to be spoken. It could be good, like, or it could be not good, like, you know, but you just kind of look at your friend and there's an understanding. That's what I feel like a lot of reversals means. And it could be that you need to shuffle your deck, or you had the deck upside down. Sometimes I feel like when there's lots of reversals, I need to just scrap the whole thing, reset the deck, or use another deck. Or maybe I just turn all those cards right side up with that little wink, little eye contact that the deck made with me. Like, we're just going, you know, there's something else here. There's something stuck, or all might not be as it seems, or this is just, there's more than meets the eye here. So that's a definite possibility. So either scrap the whole thing, reshuffle, reset the deck, or just turn them right side up and read it the way you would, with that thought in the back of your mind that, mischief is afoot. Okay, anyway, here's the biggest way I guess my thoughts on reversals have changed, because I have a series of 2 videos. I think I broke it into 2 videos on all the different reversal possibilities, and it's really a craptastic video as far as filming and editing goes. So it's something I could remake, I guess. But my thoughts on reversals are ever shifting. And what I've decided for myself is this, and this might be a helpful way for other people to view reversals that is less intimidating and overwhelming. And that is to think of reversals as not adding 78 more meanings. Not adding meaning. The meanings are already there. The reversal actually helps you out because the reversal is what limits the scope of the possible meanings. So instead of, if this is a pie chart and this is all the possible meanings of the card, instead of the reversal doubling it, it's going to just sort of only make it that many possibilities. And that way it's not, oh my gosh, I have to learn 78 more versions of these cards. It's just limiting. It narrows your focus. It's a focuser or a limiter is what I would call a reverse card. It's kind of doing you a favor. Do you need reversals? No, you don't need reversals. That path, that possibility was there all along, whether or not the card is reversed or upright. But you might intuit that possibility a little bit easier if the card is nudging you in the right direction. So it's just taking the whole array of everything's going swimmingly type of possibilities off the table, and you know that it might be a little more of a stuck feeling, or it might be the opposite, or it's just kind of giving you a heads up that something is amiss, or something needs to be fixed, or something is gathering. And which one of those is, of course, requires you to, however you exercise your intuition. I kind of get different feelings in my body, like a no or something not good is, I can kind of feel it in my gut, and something that's good, I feel it a little more higher, like up here. And that it's really difficult. It's a difficult practice to get in touch with our intuition. So which reverse meaning do we go with? It just depends. It depends a lot on the question. So the question is a good way to narrow the scope of the meaning to begin with. But then if a reversal comes up, I'm trying to see them as, oh yes, I'm getting help here. It's a little bit of a hint, because now the possible meanings of these cards is not 1,000, it's only 100. And that's much easier to work with. Now, there are some people who are more academic readers, and they think, this card means this, and when it's reversed, it means that, and that's all there is to it. And they can probably spit out a whole bunch of facts about the history, and maybe like what Aleister Crowley thought about the Nine of Pentacles and a whole bunch of other stuff, and that's fine. That style of reading is not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I get a reading, I don't want a reading from a reader who is not plugged in, who's not plugged into the ether and plugged into themselves, and willing to go beyond just what they've read in a book. And that's another video. That's a whole other can of worms. But I'm interested if how you see reversals. I know some people just don't want to touch them with a 10-foot pole, and I get it. And my relationship with reversals has waxed and waned throughout the years. Sometimes I think, yes, I got it, no problem. And sometimes it's like, I don't even know what that means. So it's kind of a roller coaster ride. It's always a challenge. So tell me what you think about reversals as focusers or limiters or hint givers. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.